Welcome to Love Notes. I am your host, Jasmine Fine, and my co-host, Raj Patel. Raj, sometimes it just feels like the world is constantly shouting at us, doesn't it? So much noise, so much to process. We all crave a sanctuary, a place where we can truly breathe.
Absolutely, Jasmine, and that's really the heart of what Love Notes is about, isn't it? It's conceptualized as this space, an idea, where everyone is truly welcome to just step in, to breathe that fresh air you're talking about, to leave the cacophony behind, even if it's just for a moment.
A shared understanding. That's brilliant, actually. So it's more than just a quiet corner then, isn't it? It's about a deliberate intention to create that space of acceptance, where we don't have to filter ourselves. It sounds like the absolute antithesis of typical public interaction.
Precisely. It's about creating that environment where the very first thing you encounter is profound acceptance. And I think that's a huge differentiator in today's often very critical and demanding world, which is so used to being assessed, aren't we?
That's so true, isn't it? I mean, we're constantly comparing ourselves or feeling compared, judged. So how does Love Notes really foster this no judgment environment? Because that's quite a big promise, in a world where, honestly, judgment feels so prevalent.
It is a huge promise, and it's fundamental. The essence, of Love Notes isn't about a set of rules, but about, a frequency. It's about radiating love and understanding. So when you enter, you're not met with someone dissecting your choices or your past, but with an open heart. It's recognizing that everyone's on their own journey, with their own struggles, their own triumphs, and that perspective, it inherently dissolves judgment, doesn't it?
So it's less about an active effort to not judge and more about cultivating, a mindset of compassion and acceptance from the outset. Like you're not even looking for things to pick apart because you're approaching it from a place of inherent warmth.
Exactly. It's like a baseline. It's the operating system, you could say. When you start with love and understanding, there's just no space for judgment to even take root, It naturally fosters a very safe, very nurturing space for everyone involved.
Wow, that makes so much sense. And you mentioned nurturing. The prompt also talks about uplifting your mind, body, and spirit. How does Love Notes approach that holistic well-being? Because sometimes, we focus on one aspect but neglect the others. It's hard to get that balance.
Oh, that's the beauty of it, isn't it? Because when you remove judgment, when you're in that space of pure acceptance, your mind, your body, and your spirit, they naturally start to align. Your mind, it's freed from anxiety about external validation. Your body can just relax. It can release that tension it's been holding. And your spirit, it just soars, doesn't it? Because it's finally recognized. It's acknowledged without any, pretense.
So it's like when you're not constantly on guard or, trying to perform, you just naturally start to heal. And the different parts of you just kind of come together in a more harmonious way. It's not a forced sort of do this exercise for your mind, this for your body, but more organic.
Precisely. It's an organic unfolding. The frequency of love and understanding, it just creates an environment where all these parts of you can just, sort of breathe and grow together, It's not a prescriptive program. It's an atmosphere, a very, very vital one, I think.
An atmosphere. I like that. It's quite evocative and it really speaks to that phrase from the topic, doesn't it? From a world that seems devoid of love at times. I mean, let's be honest, there are days, weeks even, where it feels like love is just, not exactly abundant. How does Love Notes actually help us to counter that feeling, to find love, even when it feels scarce?
Yes, it absolutely does. It acknowledges that reality that sometimes, the world can feel quite cold, quite indifferent. But Love Notes acts as this beacon, this intentional gathering of warmth. It's not about ignoring the difficulties of the outside world, but about creating a strong, supportive inner world and a shared space, a community that reinforces the idea that love isn't absent. It's just sometimes we have to actively seek it, cultivate it, and nurture it within ourselves and with others. It's a reminder, that we're not alone in feeling that way, and that together we can amplify love's presence.
So it's about proactively generating that feeling of love rather than just waiting for it to appear, building it, really. That's a powerful shift in perspective, actually, isn't it? From feeling like a victim of circumstance to feeling like an active participant in creating a better emotional reality.
Exactly. It's empowerment. It's saying, yes, the world can be tough, but we have the capacity, the inherent ability to create our own pockets of compassion and connection. And that's just so vital for our well-being.
Absolutely. And moving on to that, the idea of designed for the desire to be you and learn more about life and all its challenges, I think that's probably the bit that resonates with so many people. We all want to be our authentic selves, but then life throws challenges at us, doesn't it? So how does Love Notes support both authenticity and learning through the tough bits?
This is where it all comes together beautifully. When you're in a judgment-free space, when you're surrounded by that frequency of love and understanding, you feel safe enough to truly be yourself, to drop the masks. And when you're truly you, you're also more open to learning. Because the challenges, they're not seen as failures anymore. They're seen as, just part of the journey, as opportunities for growth. Love Notes provides the emotional scaffolding, the support to face those challenges not with fear, but with curiosity and resilience, knowing you have a soft landing, a supportive community, always there.
So it's not about trying to avoid the challenges, is it? It's about giving yourself the tools, the internal resources to navigate them as your genuine self, without feeling like you have to put on a brave face that isn't really you, or hide your struggles, which I think we all do far too often.
Precisely. It's about, embracing the full spectrum of your human experience. The good, the difficult, the confusing, all of it. And understanding that each part, each challenge carries, a note of wisdom, a lesson, a guidance, for the path ahead.
A note of wisdom. That leads us perfectly to the last part, actually. Notes of information as a guide. So is Love Notes literally providing guidance, like a set of instructions? Or is it more metaphorical, those little bits of insight you just mentioned?
It's both in a way, but primarily metaphorical. The notes of information are the insights, the wisdom you gain from experiencing this judgment-free space, from being authentically you, and from navigating challenges with support. It's the gentle reminders, the quiet realizations that emerge when you're not constantly battling the noise or the judgment of the outside world. Think of it as the clarity you gain when you quiet your mind. These are the principles that guide your decisions, your interactions, your path forward. They're not dogmatic rules, but rather gentle nudges, affirmations, guiding you towards more understanding, more love, more connection in your everyday life. It's the internal compass you build within Love Notes.
I see. So it's not a rule book, but rather a growing collection of internal wisdom that helps you navigate life. A sort of an evolving personal philosophy, really. And it sounds like something we all could use a bit more of, couldn't we? That inner guide, that frequency of love and understanding.
Absolutely, Jasmine. It's truly transformative. It's about building that resilience, that inner peace that you can carry with you no matter where you are or what life throws your way. It's the lasting legacy of love notes, I suppose.